Mississippi State fired head coach Zach Arnett. Now, this was not a huge surprise because things have not gone well there. Obviously, they've been working with a backup quarterback, Mike Wright, who transferred in from Vanderbilt in the offseason. But I've talked about this on the reaction show with Matt Huey multiple times, right? You're a first-time head coach, and you were hired to replace a beloved coach who passed away unexpectedly last year. And rather than building this team the way that it was already built, rather than running and hiring the coordinators that already knew what he was running, you went complete opposite. Like, he went pro style, try and run the ball more, change the way that they do things schematically, and the team wasn't built for that. The offensive line was not built for that, right? The defense was built a certain way to go along with the offense. It was just a mess. Mike Leach ran the air raid. Zach Arnett wanted to bring in an offensive coach, the App State offensive coordinator, that went pro style. Like, this was just, and if you're going to do that, you better have all the security in the world from your bosses. And he obviously did not have that because he was still, I think the buyout for him was $4 million, and there's an offset clause. So this is going to cost Mississippi State basically nothing because Arnett's going to get a DC job somewhere. Or he may be given a job. We'll talk here in just a minute. He may get another head coaching job. We'll see. But it just screamed that he didn't understand the position that he was put in. You had a team with a ton of senior leadership that was built a certain way, and then you tried to run it differently from the way that it was built. So who does Mississippi State go for next? There's a few names on here, right? Jamie Chadwell from Liberty, obviously making a name for himself there. They are undefeated right now. He did big things at Coastal Carolina as well. Barry Odom at UNLV, obviously he's got SEC experience. He was the defensive coordinator at Arkansas before taking the UNLV head coaching job, and he was also the head coach at Missouri before getting the DC job at Arkansas. He's been successful everywhere that he's gone. So Barry Odom would know what he's doing here. Another guy, John Sumrall at Troy, I think would be a very interesting fit. But part of me wonders if Sumrall would wait around for an even bigger job because I don't think that train is slowing down at Troy. I think that they invest in their football program. I think Sumrall could get an even bigger job than Mississippi State. But we'll see. Bill Clark, former UAB coach, he was, I won't say a finalist for this job once upon a time, but he did interview, and they did like the interview from everything that I've heard. So he's looking to get back in the game after having back surgery a couple of years ago. So, maybe Bill Clark. Potentially they go the coordinator route. Maybe there is somebody out there that, coaches in the SEC right now. I don't know who that might be. Or maybe a Big Ten coordinator, something like that would be willing to come down and take the Mississippi State job. Once upon a time, that was Joe Moorhead. Didn't work out. Maybe that soured them on it, but they've got a new AD in place and whatnot that didn't have to go through all that. So we'll see. I think you have to call Dan Mullen and see if he's interested in coming back. He was successful there. He knows the landscape. He knows how to recruit there. He doesn't have to go crazy on the recruiting. He knows all the JUCO guys to get in touch with. He understands you're not going to win a bunch of those recruiting battles, so you don't have to really push super hard for some of it, but you're going to win some of them, right? So I think Dan Mullen would be the dude. Outside of that, I think my next choice would probably be Barry Odom because he knows the SEC. So that's where I would go with that. Just my guess. Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter @GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.